Hey guys, how's it going? It's Philip with Trade Genius. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know we have 50 slots, actually less now, where we're running a special 50% off of our specials. You can do crypto or you can do ETF if you want access to the stock room. But just want to let you know for another 24 hours we got that special running. So put in 50ME as the coupon code. All right, guys, let's take a look at some charts. And let's look at Bitcoin. Again, last week we said we're looking to breach this 11,700, and yet again this has become a point of resistance. It's been major resistance on the way down. To me, this was a critical failure when we really just had a final puke down and made our major low here. So in the meantime, it's been trying to work its way back up. So key thing for this week would be breaking this trend line. That's going to be key because this has been really put in the lid. We had a false break here, and that coincided with running right up into this 11,700 level. Did poke above it slightly, but then just really the shorts came in, and the bulls lost it. So now we're on a this is the candle counters indicator, and we're on a 6 count. So 9 counts usually extreme, like you see here. Usually, more often than not, signals a bounce. So we're not quite there yet, and you also will get sometimes a bounce before you get an extreme count down to 9. But anyway, it's good to keep an eye on where we're at as far as the count in any direction for overbought or oversold. So what we have here is the current bull fib zone. So when be looking at basically with this structure here, where we have an inverted head and shoulders, okay, and bullish formation. So I'm looking for this zone to definitely hold, but we may not get down to that level. We could also hold here and make another attempt up, but we really have to see what the demeanor of the market is this week. If we haven't seen all 3 sessions, and what I mean by all 3 sessions is the US, Asia, and Europe, we just haven't seen all 3 of those really buy one after another, and we really haven't seen that since this ran up over here like this. So until we get a nice cohesive bull move, I think we're going to see a lot of this kind of really don't have a sustained bull run yet. All right, so we've had a major bounce off the bottom. We're retracing. This is normal, but really we want to see a break of this trend line. That's going to be really key this week to see if we get that. If we break down and we break down past this 8,127, then the bears basically one of 2 things. We'd look at a double bottom here, or we make a new low, and that would be, at that point, we'd be looking for some kind of volume that comes in really big to tell us that might be a bottom. At this point, I'm looking for volume. The next level of support obviously would be around 5,000, this line here. But the next below that, we'd be looking at around 3,000 to the downside. Now, that's only if this area doesn't hold. This market structure here would indicate that we'd at least make another attempt up. Okay, if this attempt up failed and rolled over and breached this low, that might bring these lower levels into play. Right now, that's not the case. So that's Bitcoin. And also with Bitcoin, and I did this fork on Bitcoin just because Bitcoin is kind of like, the overall market is going to follow the king. So here's our fork. This middle line is, and when I say fork, it's a price fork. They call it a pitchfork. If you're not familiar with that, middle line is median, so I expect the trajectory to pretty much adhere to this. Call that like the average trajectory. Okay, if we get above that, we're kind of getting into slightly overbought. If we get clear out of it, we're really overbought. Likewise, if we break below it, then we're on sale. All right, so you can see price when it broke out of this run, all of this was really overbought. We had a pull back to the top of the channel, which then bought, chopped, sort of tried to make another run up, rolled over, came to the middle of the channel, bounced off that, and then rolled all the way over and actually overshot it to the downside and then oversold, boom, bounced back up. So kind of like when you push a ball underwater, boom, bounces back up. So again, we've been above the 200-day moving average. The other thing to keep in mind, guys, is that sometimes what happens when you do overshoot the 200-day moving average, you will get a rollover test of it and then higher. So that's why this 8600, 8700 level could still be tested, and that's not out of the question. And we still wouldn't, that still wouldn't really mess up this head and shoulders pattern too much. You'd still have a head and shoulders, so keep that in mind. All right, so that's it on the daily. Let's take a look at Litecoin. And you'll find this on Ethereum too, kind of another head and shoulders pattern. Litecoin is actually stronger than all three out of the three amigos right now. It's doing really well. So basically what we'd be looking at is, again, once we break, I think 250 is a really key level for it, just because we had a lot of accumulation in here. And if we look at just this area where we spiked up from, you'll see that, you know, we've got a pretty decent amount of volume that's built up right in here. Okay, so it's got to push through that level, and you can see it came up here, fought it, and we had this 220, so kind of line in the sand here that we're up against. But if we go back up again and test this, I really don't think that 250 is going to hold it back this time, and we're going to run up into this bear fib zone. And again, I think once 250 clears, it tried to do it here, got smacked. I think that's very similar to like the 11,700 level in Bitcoin. Same thing, breaks that, and I think all this stuff is off to the races. As far as Ethereum goes, looks a lot like Bitcoin. Again, inverted head and shoulders, and we have this trend line that needs to break. It is in an oversold condition here. So as you can see, when we get down there on the Stokes, we get moves up. So looking for that to, basically looking for these trend lines to break on these, and these head and shoulder patterns to start to manifest themselves. Their measured move is basically the distance between the neck and the head. So you'd be looking at, for example, on Ethereum, if we measure that move, we take it from here to here, okay, and we then move this up here like so. Measured move, you could expect to see a level which kind of coincides with this fib extension up here. So you're looking at around 1650 or so. All right, so that's for the next leg up. So this is one leg up, come back down like an ABC move up there. I think that's very, very realistic in the next coming few weeks. Okay, and then the other thing, guys, just real quickly, looking at alts. Okay, so this is a big, basically a bunch of alt charts, and as you can see, we're starting to get a lot of upward movement now. If we pulled back on a lot of these, we'd see a big bear market in alts, but you know, we're starting to see where could be putting in a bottom here for the next cycle up. These are spots where I like to accumulate for the next leg up or add to positions, because this is going to be a good year for crypto. A lot of FUD out there, but 2018 is going to be a ripper. And so people are going to be looking back at this time going, man, I wish I kind of loaded up on some of this stuff. So anyway, that's basically my outlook for this week, guys, and we'll see how that plays out. On the next video, I'm going to share with you guys a trade that we see or have been seeing when the trading week wraps up with, in particular, Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you what I look for that, and our signals that would get you entry into that. So look for that on the next video. But thanks for watching, guys. Please hit subscribe and like. Appreciate that. It helps us out with getting these videos out every day. And look for me to get back into the swing of daily videos here real soon. Project I've been working on is almost over, and I'll be able to get these out more consistently starting after next week. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.